Hello, and welcome to Nerd News. Today we have a lot of stories to cover. We have the Nintendo Direct from yesterday, along with the State of Play that happened last night. We have a new Bleach trailer that launched over the weekend and gives a nice reveal date for when you can expect to see the show here in the States. Hypeland released some new Yu-Gi-Oh! Merchandise, we'll be talking about that. And Ryan Dies wins the YCS Championship Niagara. We have his deck profile. We'll be showing that with, again, a link in the description below for the video that he posted. So we had a Nintendo Direct yesterday, 9/13 at 10 a.m. They announced a lot of stuff at this Direct. It was 40 minutes, which is pretty long. We got Fire Emblem Engage coming in January. It Takes Two coming November 4th. Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. It's a remake of the Wii game that I believe was only released in Japan, getting remade and released over here as well. We have Tunic coming from, that was an Xbox exclusive, but I think at this point it's pretty much everywhere. It looks really good, very much a Zelda-like game. Looks incredible though, I can't wait to play that on the Switch. Fist of the North Star, Fitness Boxing. This is a really weird one. I kind of want to highlight this one. This looks ridiculous, but I'm so buying this. I don't care. I'm definitely getting this game. This looks insanely stupid, but it's fun. It looks funny. It's gonna be like modern day Typing of the Dead, where the idea is stupid, but it's probably going to be hilariously fun. Can't wait to pick that up. We got Octopath Traveler 2 coming. That's from Square Enix. We have Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life. This is a remake of the GameCube game Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life. If you didn't know, Harvest Moon had to change its name for legal reasons from Harvest Moon to Story of Seasons. The people who were initially localizing the games owned the rights to the Harvest Moon name. Harvest Moon games being made now are not being made by the same people who originally made Harvest Moon. Those old Harvest Moon games are now called Story of Seasons. So this is a little weird because they had to change the name. So Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life is a remake of the GameCube game. That makes it much more interesting. I'm actually pretty excited for that one. I think my wife will like that quite a bit. We have Rune Factory 3 Remake. That's pretty cool. I think they called it Rune Factory 3 Special. It's the remaster, remake. I believe it's a DS game, so it's probably a remake. So we had some 64 games announced for going to the service. Pilot Wing 64, Mario Party 1, 2, and 3, Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, 1080 Snowboarding, Excitebike 64, and the big one, at least according to everyone online apparently, is GoldenEye. I understand the rights issues with GoldenEye, but honestly, the game is absolute garbage now. It was fun 30 years ago when we were all playing it, but honestly, at this point, it's really just not a fun game. It's not fun to go back to, so I don't think it's as big a deal as everyone's making it to be, but to each their own. Enjoy it if you like it. I don't pay for the service personally. I have all these 64 games, but if I can recommend some, 1080 Snowboarding and Excitebike are way better than people are going to initially think. If you haven't played these games, I could see you looking at them like it's just some trash snowboarding game. Trust me, they're fantastic games. Some of the best on the 64 that aren't like your Marios and your Zeldas. Mario Party 1, 2, and 3 is a little weird because we did just get the Mario Super Stars or Super Party, whatever it's called. And that game is a remake of the 1, 2, and 3 kind of all into one. But whatever, these are some of the best Mario Party games, especially 2. I really like 2. You get little costumes in 2. And then Pokemon Stadium is a pretty good game. That's going to be fun to play as well. The mini games are great, so that'll be cool. Also, I should mention GoldenEye 64 does have online play for this release, although apparently the Xbox version that's going to be on Game Pass will not have online play. That's a little weird, but it is what it is, I guess. Moving on, we have Pikmin 4 sort of revealed. Miyamoto decided to come on and talk about the Mario movie and then spend like 5 minutes talking about Pikmin Bloom, which has been out for like a year. I feel like it's been a year. It's been out for quite a bit. But he came out and talked about that for a while and then just kind of showed us a screenshot of Pikmin 4 and that was it. It looks fantastic. That one screenshot looks great. Can't wait to see more of the actual game though. This is basically the Metroid Prime 4 trailer release all over again, where here's a screen, here's a GIF in space, and that's all we got. We got nothing. I do really like the Pikmin series though. I really loved Pikmin 3 on the Wii U. I'm really excited for Pikmin 4. I'm sure Arlo's excited as well. Moving, we have Tales of Symphonia Remastered. This one I'm really excited about. I picked the GameCube game like a year ago and haven't had a chance to play it, so I cannot wait to play this on the Switch. I don't have to set up my GameCube to play this now. That's great news. This game looks amazing, and I've heard it's one of the best Tales of games, and everyone wants Lloyd to be added to Smash, so now I can finally see why. Definitely recommend picking this one up. It looks amazing. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. This is a little bit of a weirder one. It's a remake of the Wii game. I think the Wii game holds up incredibly well. I see no reason to remake it. A simple remaster probably would have been fine. But to be honest, I'm not complaining. This is a great game. I love this game. One of the best Kirby games there just is. It's right up there with Planet Robobot as one of the better Kirby games. This comes out February 24th. I cannot wait to pick this up. It's very exciting. And lastly, they closed with the new Zelda, no longer Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, or the sequel to Breath of the Wild. It's got a full name, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, coming May 12th of next year. I cannot wait. The May 12th release date stung a little bit because I know they said spring, but I was really hoping for early spring. That's kind of late spring or mid-spring, I guess. A little later than I wanted. I'm sure it's a little later than everyone wants. I think all of us would just like it to be dropped on us right now. But I'll take it. We got a release date. We got the name of the game. This looks great. A little annoyed that it was just another teaser. We didn't get a little bit more information. But again, it looks so good. I honestly don't even need more information. I'm going to buy this game regardless. Cannot wait to pick this up. It looks amazing. Next up, we have the Sony State of Play. This happened later that night. I think it came out at 6. I tried to do a stream of it. Didn't go well. We'll get back to that. At the State of Play, they opened with Tekken 8 reveal. I know we had this sort of kind of announced before, but this is the first actual footage of the game we've seen. And apparently this is actual footage of the game. It's not made for the trailer. This is just cutscenes from within the game. And it looks great. I'm not a huge fighting game fan, but this game looks fantastic. And I do really like Tekken. I'm not a huge fighting game fan in a competitive sense or anything like that, but I would definitely pick this up and be playing some Tekken because I do just like to play, so just mess around in some fighting games. Are usually pretty fun just for quick pickup games. At least that's how I play them. But I'm sure if you're a competitive Tekken player, you're excited for this as well. Next, we got a trailer for Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. This is a PlayStation VR 2 game. We didn't get any information on the PlayStation VR 2, so I don't know how important this is. The game looks fine, but we don't know how much this VR 2 is going to cost. We don't know when it's going to come out. We know basically nothing about the actual system it's going to be on, so this kind of is meaningless to me. We did get a God of War controller that's going to be coming out the same day as the game. And the controller looks really cool. I mean, sure, it's just a PS5 controller with some bluish coloring on the sides. But the wolves on top of the touchpad are really, really cool looking. Definitely want to pick this controller up. Got a lot coming out at that time, though, so I don't know if I can personally spend another $80 or $100, whatever this controller is going to be. But it looks really cool. Definitely want to pick this up. You should try to get it. It's probably going to be pretty hard to get, though. Next up, we saw Like a Dragon, which is the Yakuza franchise. They took out the Yakuza name. This is a direct translation of the actual name, which is Like a Dragon. Ishin? I'm not the best at pronouncing foreign words. Sorry about that, but we're doing our best here. It's a complete remake of I believe it's a PS3 game, but I think it was also a launch title for the PS4. This is the first time we're getting these games over here, though. I say these games. There are 2 of them. One takes place way before. They're not really related, but they're both like old Japan-styled games. This is the first time we're getting this here. It's a complete remake. I'm very excited for this. I was actually getting ready to import these games because they are just not available here, so I'm glad I won't really have to do that. Might do it anyway, just for fun. But really good to see this. Hopefully we get the other one announced sometime soon. Not soon, but next. Hopefully they remake them, localize that one. And maybe we'll get the PSP games. I don't know. They have a live stream happening on 9/14 where we're going to get more information. We'll cover whatever's in that live stream on the next Nerd News tomorrow. But for now, we got Like a Dragon, Ishin, remake coming next year. Next we have Sin Duality. Gonna be honest, I don't remember this game. It was announced. You'll see the trailer here. If I change my mind and think this actually looks good, we'll talk about it. Otherwise, hey, they announced the game. Moving on, this one I actually did really like. It was originally announced as Project Eve, but it has been retitled to Stellar Blade. It's coming next year, 2023. We do not have a firm release date yet. However, this game looks fantastic. Cannot wait to play it. Looks really good. You'll see in the trailer right here on screen. I just think it looks really great. I cannot wait to play this. And the final game we're going to talk about here is Rise of the Ronin. This is made by, I believe, Team Ninja, the same people who make the Neo games. And again, this looks really, really good. However, this is a 2024 game, so that takes all the excitement out of it for me because that is 2 years away. I guess technically it's more like a year and a half, but like it's a long time away. We're not getting that anytime soon, so we'll get back to that when it becomes relevant. But it looks really good, and I'm definitely excited to pick this up. I'll be picking this up on the PlayStation because it looks really good. State of Play was much shorter than the Direct. It was only about 20 minutes, but it was 20 minutes packed full of almost all good announcements. There really isn't anything I didn't like. Again, the only thing I really didn't care for with this State of Play was that the PS2 VR, nothing was shown for the actual VR, so we didn't get a whole lot of information. Seeing games is cool, but I don't even know if I'm going to buy the VR. How much is this thing going to cost? The PlayStation just got bumped up to $550. I don't know if I want to spend, $400 or $500 on a VR. So we'll see how that goes. That's it for the State of Play. It was definitely good. The Nintendo Direct had a lot more in it. It was a lot longer, but honestly, a lot of it was stuff that I just didn't care about. I also skipped some things, like Bayonetta 3 was covered, along with Mario & Rabbids Sparks of Hope, Splatoon, Xenoblade. These games are either already out or about to come out. I don't really feel like we need to talk more about them, at least not in a Direct. Those could have just been Twitter updates and made it a nice 30-minute Direct. That's my opinion. You might have a different opinion. We're going to move on. So at this point, I'd like to point out this is called Nerd News, not video game news. There's a reason. We're not just going to be covering video games, although that will probably be the primary coverage since there's always new video game stuff. But I would like to cover a little bit of everything that I enjoy. That way I can kind of get everything out there at once. I watch a lot of morning news shows like Spawn Wave. Nintendo Prime comes out at night, but I watch them in the morning. Stuff like that. House of Champs comes out pretty much whenever he can, whenever new information is put out. So I watch a lot of stuff like that. I would like to see it all kind of condensed. So this show will kind of be a spin on that, but everything at once. We got video games, we got movies, TV, everything. Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything I enjoy will just be in this, and we'll talk about all the news that comes out. So, the next segment will lead into that. Next up, we have Hypeland. They release a lot of anime merchandise, mostly clothes, but they also do rugs. I know they're doing a Dragon Ball bag that looks pretty cool. It's not on their website now, but they've shown on their streams an Akatsuki bag and a Renegon bag, I believe. It's been a while. It was shown off a couple weeks ago. Link to their stream in the description below. They stream on Twitch. Jordan's pretty cool. You definitely want to watch that if you buy Hypeland stuff. I buy a lot of Hypeland stuff. Literally wearing it now. It's like half my wardrobe as far as shirts go. Anyway, on to what they showed. New Yu-Gi-Oh! Rugs are now up and available. They are about $200 or more. These are very, very nice rugs, though. I have one in my game room personally. It's actually on this side of the room. I have the Toon World with Toon Summoned Skull kind of popping out of it. I really want to get this Dark Magician Girl rug, though. But they have the three gods, Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, along with a new tapestry. Looks fantastic. You should definitely check them out. Even if you don't want to buy one of these very expensive rugs, which, again, are worth it, but are quite a bit of money. I can understand if you don't have space or just don't need a $200 rug, why you wouldn't want that. They do sell shirts and other items, pants, jackets, hoodies, that kind of stuff. And it's all pretty affordable. It's not insane. There will be a link in the description below to the website. I highly recommend checking them out. They do Bleach, Naruto, Dragon Ball. I think Super's coming soon. And then they're going to do Z following that. Because I think they have something coming for the Super movie. That'll be coming up soon, and then they have Dragon Ball Z they've announced. They did announce, I asked them on their live stream, they did say they have new Bleach merchandise coming for the 1,000 Year Blood War arc, which will lead into the final segment over here. That looks really good. I definitely recommend checking them out. Next up we have Ray Dye's YCS Niagara winning deck profile. A link to the deck profile will be in the description below. I just wanted to pull up the deck list and show it. It looks really good. This is 3 YCSs in a row where a rogue deck has won. I believe it was Mystic Mind Burn, and then I know this one, there was something else that won in between. I'm not 100% sure what the other one was. But 3 rogue decks have won. Tear Elements and Sprites have been not winning. Even though they're widely considered the best decks, and they really are the best decks, they just keep getting beat out by decks that are playing hard counters to them. And in this case, he's playing a lot of them. Dimension Shifter at 3. We have Mystic Mine and Necro Valley in the main deck. Dark Ruler No More in the main deck, Gamma's in the side, Zombie World in the side. This deck just looks like a floodgate, but you also put up some decent monsters. It's not as bad as something like Mind Burn. I actually think this is a solid use of Mystic Mine. I don't really want to defend Mystic Mine, but I'm going to anyway. Mystic Mine is a terrible card when it's in its own deck. Something like Mind Burn or Stall is horrible. It's really just unhealthy for the game. Nobody wants to play against it. It's boring. However, in a case like this, where it's just being used to negate your opponent's monsters or to bait out a negate, and then you follow up with your own plays as more of a, and he describes it similarly, a 4th, 5th, and with Terraforming 6th copy of Dark Ruler No More, which just allows you to play through massive wards going second. I think the card's a lot better in that situation. I would actually like to see the card hit to 1 and not banned. A lot of people want to see the card banned. I don't think it needs to be banned. If you hit it to 1, the Mind Burn decks are pretty much dead. They can't play with 1 Mystic Mine. It's not enough. They can't really recover it super well from the graveyard. It's mostly the deck that makes it an annoyance. So they always have access to it. But if you limit it to 1, the Mind Burn decks are pretty much done for it. So I think that would be the better recourse, because it's still a very good going second tool a lot of decks can make use of. And it hinders you as well if you overextend, so it kind of forces you to play a certain way. I think that's way better. That's about as most defensive Mystic Mine you're going to get from me, though. If you're playing competitively, you have to respect the card. You have to play the card if you can. I do not disagree with that. That is just how competitive play works. However, most definitely is a very unfun card to play against. So I really honestly just like to see it removed from the format. Again, personally, I'd like to see it at 1. I think that's a very solid place for it to be. It's really good, but it wouldn't be breaking the game in any way at 1. But honestly, if they just banned it, I would not complain at all. Dimension Shifter, on the other hand, I think is kind of in a similar position. I don't think it needs to be outright banned, but limiting its power and their ability to access it would be really good. I think it could go to 2 like it did on the recent OCG list, or limit it, ban it. Again, I wouldn't really care either way. I think that's fine. I don't think it's a very good card as far as gameplay health, but I do think it is a necessary card in the way that the format has shaped up. Congratulations to Ray Dye, though, on his YCS Niagara win. He's been to Worlds before. He's very much an accomplished player, so no, he did not just win on Floodgates alone. He is a talented player. He's been to Worlds. He's very much a good player. He made a good meta call, picked a rogue deck that no one knows what these cards do, and played it to the best, and I believe he went undefeated throughout the whole tournament, so that's really impressive. Congratulations to him, and again, his video posted, or not his video, but his deck profile is posted in the description below. Check it out. He gives a lot more insight into how the deck actually plays and why he plays what cards. Alright, and lastly, the final news story for today. This happened over the weekend, but we're covering it a bit late. And that is the Bleach trailer for the 1,000 Year Blood War arc. This is the second trailer, I believe, maybe third. I think it's the second, though. But this one, you're seeing it on the screen now, but it also revealed that we will be getting the series on October 10th. So we got a release date. Cannot wait. Just a little over a month away. Can't wait to see this. I love the manga. Huge fan of the series to begin with, and the 1,000 Year Blood arc is one of my favorite arcs, if not my favorite arc in the series. And the animation quality, as you're seeing on here, is really just incredible. We've seen animation like similar to this in Bleach before, but it's usually this kind of animation is reserved for the high budget or really big episodes. But so far, the entire trailer is shot this animation style. If they keep this kind of animation for the entire arc, it is going to be absolutely phenomenal. But regardless, definitely check this out. It is a great, great, great arc. So good. Gotta watch it, especially if you're a Bleach fan. If you're not a Bleach fan, go watch Bleach. It is incredible. And this comes out October 10th. Looks fantastic. Also, we got information from Viz themselves that this will be a simulcast. We don't know where yet. Technically, we don't know where yet. But it will be a simulcast, so we will be getting this the same time as Japan. We will not have to wait. We will not be getting bulk episodes like some services do. I know JoJo's Bizarre Adventure got bulk episodes recently on Netflix, and a lot of fans were complaining about that. It is kind of an annoyance because people have already seen it. If it's not coming out immediately, we're just going to, find other means to watch it. So, simulcast, that's the best way to do it. Rumor is it'll be presented on Disney Plus. So, make of that what you will, but we'll see. Nothing has been officially announced yet. I think most people assumed it would go to Crunchyroll. I assumed it would go to Crunchyroll, but apparently that's not the case. It seems like Disney Plus made a really big bid to get this on their streaming service, and we'll see. Hopefully, honestly, I'm going to be honest, I kind of hope it is on Disney Plus. I'm already paying for Disney Plus. I don't want to pay for Crunchyroll too. I'd rather just pay for Disney Plus and get it. But I think most people would prefer it to be on Crunchyroll. But regardless, I'm going to be watching this day and date. As soon as it's up, I'm going to watch it somehow. Either it's going to be on Disney Plus, it's going to be on another streaming service, or we're going to find a way to watch it. Because I'm not going to wait to see the series. It is too good. Cannot wait. And that is it for the first episode of Nerd News. We will be back tomorrow with more news, covering whatever happens over the course of today. Got the links in the description below for some other people's channels. They did the work for some of this stuff. Again, the Bleach trailer will be linked below. It's a fantastic trailer. You can see the whole thing, hear the song. The opening theme is amazing. You can check out the actual deck profile where he goes in depth with the cards and why he plays them. Very good video if you plan on playing Exorcisters, or even if you just like Yu-Gi-Oh! It's definitely something worth checking out. Again, he did win the YCS, so that is a big deal. That is a big accomplishment. There's only so many YCSs that happen, so he's going to be one of very few winners this season, and it's definitely worth checking out. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching.